Good morning, children. How are you today, Ah. Oh, there we are. Okay. I was wondering where the fuck my little... Looked down to see the comment screen and it had vanished. And it was because I had bumped the HDMI portion of the cabling. This is why I have to do this shit at like fucking 10 a.m. Is because every cunt's everywhere else. I got people making breakfast, I got people making dinner. That's just madness. Alright. Oh god. The fucking legend hump. I like that we're just up to legends. You know, everything else has been a legend of this, that, or the other. This is just legends. Alright. Fucking sweet. You know. Don't need to overthink this. Stretching out the groin. Good old groin flexibility. And no, that's not hanging a weight on my penis. I wonder if that'd even do anything. I just don't think that's a good idea. I feel like, you know, like that, all that shit is just like, I feel like you're gonna cause more harm than good, you know? Like, you can fuck something up trying to fix it. Alright. The story begins next year. This feels like that more like sci-fi QAnon shit. The Earth wakes up. Push the fucking button. Sometimes the button doesn't push. We're an alien TV show. Okay. This wasn't the direction I thought this was going to go, and I'm beginning to feel like I'm almost playing the wrong game. Alright. I mean, the thing about a washing machine in BC Egypt is, you know, you can't plug it into anything. It's just a complicated gadget. Like, imagine if something got beamed out, and it's just this crystal, you know? And there's something maybe in it, there's like, you know, and you're like, oh wow, look at this. But you don't have, like, the telepathy required to open up the fucking crystal. And it's actually, like, kind of like a flying car thing that you can wear. It's like a, you know, probably like an Iron Man suit, sort of, but made out of energy. Except you can't open it or run it, because you don't have telepathy. That's putting a fucking washing machine amongst the fucking ancient Egyptians. They'd have gone, wow, this is mechanically complicated. What an amazing fucking thing. And that's it. Oh yeah, you can dong strengthen. Like, there's a technique called Golden Man where you can train to, like, you know, wrench your balls back up into your body. But, like, that just seems like a lot of fucking effort. The exposition dump at the start of this has been too long and batshit insane. You know, every new page is adding some fucking demented pile of excess shit. Like, we don't need this. Like, now I'm quantum leaping into people. Like, we're aliens made us, and like, look at that. And then it cuts to this, which, like, these don't feel like the same game. A fresh summer's morning outside your teepee. The birds are singing and life is great. Press fire to remove message from the screen. Okay. We're done with the... Yeah. Let's automatic that shit up. That's a little smoother. Okay. Got the map. Alright. What are you about? Hello. I get it as a gameplay thing. There's just something that bothers me slightly about the bow and arrow being used to get past, like, the plants that are in the way. You know, at no point... I've cleared brush, you know? I have done this shit. At no point have I thought, you know what would make this easier? A fucking bow and arrow. I mean, you know what? You know what would make that easier? The fucking Master Sword. Alright, I found alien money. You know what? This is probably actually a fairly good game. But, like, I just... why? You dick? What are you about? Okay. I feel bad about that. I mean, am I needed to kill this guy? You know, is he like a raiding party or something? 'Cause I hate raiding cultures. I don't think I'm hitting him. I'm upset by that. You seem normal. Okay, the medicine man. Okay, down there. Alright. That doesn't look right. I don't trust that tree. Alright, maybe it's okay. Maybe I'm just insane. Gotcha, you motherfucker. Ow, shit. Out of the way, duck. Why is that doing... Ah, gotcha. Motherfucker. Give me my health. I'm gonna eat your delicious courage. Is that gonna do something to me? Like, I feel like that's trying to fuck with me, you know? Damn it. Alright. Where am I? I think it really does a good job of telling me where I am, you know? Alright, there we are. Okay. Okay, no, I don't need that. See. Okay. The sacred burble? Bumble? Sure. Alright. There's farting in Live a Live. Alright, I gotta go bathe in the waters. Alright. Like, okay. I feel like those should do something, you know? And I feel like they might do, I just don't know how to do that yet. Alright, I've got to okay, right. Okay, so now I can warp. Ah. Oh, you are gonna be a dick about this. Look, just, you know, I'm like your fucking cousin or some shit. Why you gotta be a schlong? Alright, you are an enemy. Out of here, duck. What are these fucking purple trees about? Maybe it's just purple tree. Maybe I'm fucking overthinking this, but I fucking... Oh, who said you could come back? Alright. What a peculiar little title. You know, because I looked at that and I thought, oh, I'll be lucky if this isn't like German autism about, you know, just strategizing, fucking away. And then, you know, it's just batshit insane. I mean, it says 4 huge quests, each with its own graphical style, but then the only fucking graphics pictures it's got are from the fucking Native American thing, and it's like, dude, you can't fucking maybe give me the night, you know? Like, what do the... I mean, is it actually a graphical style, or is it just like, oh, a setting, you know? I'm gonna zip through this, because I gotta pick the fucking night, and I'm guessing we're in a situation where someone doesn't quite know what graphical style means. You know, that's the fucking... Buffalo sauce hummus. Ugh. I mean, I love buffalo sauce, but... Alright. Can just skip this shit. I mean, look at all this. This is just so insane. This is such an insane amount of shit to fucking... Alright. Let's pick a different path this time, because you know... I think I'm stuck doing the fucking... God damn it. It's just like what direction on the fucking wheel of time I go. It's not like... Oh, look, there's a baby. You know what that art style reminds me of? It reminds me of Young Merlin. I mean, honestly, though, that was pretty fucking good. Like, just, you know, once you get... If you can get around kind of the fucking, you know, children's book of 100 great jokes level humor, you know, it worked. The graphics were good. You know, at no point was I fighting with the fucking controls. I'll do the Legends of Murder series chronologically. I don't want to be leaping ahead. Legends of Murder. That's like, I don't think they did football games, but also Space Hulk and Lego chess. What the fuck, man? Space Hulk and fucking Lego chess. On Disc Monthly presents Legends of Murder. Okay. You feel ill, and spending the morning at sea didn't help very much. You pull yourself together and realize that you don't even know where to go. An elf hired you and told you to come as soon as possible to investigate the king's murder of 2 days past. He obviously heard your expertise in solving the Baldwin murder last year in 492. You know little of this elf or the kingdom that matter, other than the one of 4 men who had raised to the throne of the king were able to die. You also know from rumors aboard the ship that brought you here, the salt spray, that the king was killed by sorcerous means. Like, it's funny, because they didn't really investigate murders until, like, the 1800s. They just, like, fucking, you know, who's an outsider? Who's kind of different? Who do we just fucking have bad vibes about? Yeah, Terranigma's not bad. I'm pretty sure Terranigma left... Oh, right, or Europe. Yeah, see, I got it. Like, you know, I played... the one I played the most of that, like, quote-unquote series, it's not really a series, was Illusion of Gaia that I actually did quite enjoy. Oh, look, I'm controlling that little guy up there. Alright, yeah. See, that's not bad. This is the, you know, there's some... I don't... Fucking let me... I'd like... There we go. I mean, that's a little annoying, but... A burly glad blocks my way. Visitors may not access these passages without a pass card. Okay. Weena. Oil lamps hanging from the domed ceiling illuminate the immense grey marble statue which dominates this room. The statue is of a tall, noble-looking man, clad in armor. You know, I can keep that one as well, just because that little fucking thing at the top is fine. Is it even a JRPG, Terra Enigma? Like, I might be slightly thinking of something else, but I'm sure I'm not. Like, I just thought it was a bit more of an action RPG. Where are we? I'm going past it. The Lawnmower Man's in your mind now. Yeah. Like, it's got RPG elements, but it's more of an action RPG. Good game, though. Bahamut Lagoon. Yeah, that was one of Nair's works, wasn't it? Getting Bahamut Lagoon translated. It's weird, like, I always got to remind myself that there were games that actually got released in Japan and, like, Europe and, you know, Australia by proxy. But not the US. You know, it's such a weird, you know, because normally it's like, oh yeah, there's something that's Japanese and you don't get it. The great gate swings shut with a loud clang. Alright, yeah. There's my little guy. Look at him go. You know, see, this is a good example of doing, you know, what you can with what you've got in a smart way. You know? Like, we're not writing home about these graphics, but, like, you don't need to. It's doing what it has to help you play it. You know, I have an idea of what's going on here. I might even be able to, can I open one of these doors? There's probably a way to open one of these doors. I mean, Gunstar Heroes is a great fucking game. Like, that's, if you're gonna have, like, a fucking Mega Drive with only a few games on it, Gunstar Heroes is an absolute fucking gem. There were a few. There were even a few, like, because particularly with Sega had, like, an actual local presence in Australia. So there were some, like, you know, like, especially when you're talking, like, things like cricket games and shit like that. Like, you know, no one's releasing that in America. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Yeah, Racing Lagoon. I've got that as well. That's actually kind of fun, because I do, you know, the RPG elements are, like, it kind of fits. Ooh, Valor. Yeah, Gunstar Heroes is a fucking gem. It's one of those things where it really, you know, in a lot of ways, I'm like, I do kind of wish some of those 16-bit eras went a little bit longer, like just a couple more years. You know, one thing that I really wish had lasted a bit fucking longer was the 32X. Because for all the complaints you could have about it, and they're, you know, they're all valid, the fact is, it was kind of like, let's take the Mega Drive and crank that shit up. And you could get some interesting shit done. Because you weren't just, like, basically you could get the 32X part to do all the backgrounds. And that would free up the rest of the fucking Mega Drive to be doing other shit. And the stuff that it did do well, is really, really good. And it's like, if it had just been a bit longer, you know, like, you know, just another year, just another, you know, 20 or something odd games where people had, like, kind of a better idea about, like, what to do with it. I can't remember if it's Treasure's first game. It might be. I read something about it being, like, made to spite Hal, which I can't, Yeah, the Fantasy Stars are absolutely worth playing. Like, the first one, if you want to play the first one, I definitely recommend emulating the Switch version on Yuzu or just playing it on the Switch, because it has an auto map feature, and believe me, you want that. But I mean, like, if you play the original Fantasy Star on the Master System, it's fucking amazing. Like, you need grid paper to make maps, but it is like, it's an insane fucking game to have been on the Master System. And the 2 and 3 on the Mega Drive are, like, not bad, but, like, 4 they fucking nailed. They absolutely brought that fucking series home with 4. I do recommend getting the ROM hacks that do like the quality of life upgrades and things like that because they do. And like also the Fantasy Star 4 quality of life upgrade comes with like a translation that sort of fixes some of the plot and ties more stuff together and is just a lot better. But that Fantasy Star 4 with the ROM hack of it is top quality game. What the fuck is this? Who's this little guy? Huh. Alright. Hello. Welcome, friend. If I were you, I'd read the notices in the custom house. It's the stone building just opposite the town gates. Okay. Thanks, man. Lick him. You remind me of a rusty spittoon. That's not fair. I didn't want to do that, and you smell like I sat his armpit. Alright, look. We've had our fun. You know, yeah, okay. Oh, wow, look at that. I wonder if there's, like, fucking... Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Ah, fuck it. Oh, look at this. It's, like, sprite scaling and shit. I mean, that doesn't look like... Like, that's a stone building, but that doesn't look like it's opposite the fucking... Oh, wait, yeah, that looks like a town gate, so that might be it. I wonder if I can... Oh. Okay, so the mouse doesn't appear to want to go on the screen at all. That's interesting. Holy fuck. Okay, so there's kind of mouse look. That's interesting. I got mouse look. Oh, look at this. We're in the future now. Alright, so if I can't use the mouse on the screen, then there has to... It was the custom house. I was correct. I feel like I'm turning even faster than I was a minute ago. Alright, look, what? Was this supposed to be like fucking... You know, you said read the shit in the fucking custom house. I don't even see any... Oh, okay. That's just a photo of an old British man. Factor 5 and the GameCube are always a great one. Like, I do recommend reading some of the Dolphin updates. The one about True Crime Streets of New York, that's really funny because they talk about how, like, the thing is programmed, like, by just a nest of rats. But when they talk about, like, what Factor 5 did to get, like, just the maximum performance they could out of the GameCube is, like, fucking fascinating. You know, they're fucking wizards. Alright, so I think... Let's just go into some houses. Hello! Hi, alright, I'm not allowed to talk to you. Or something. Maybe I'm just poking about your house wrong. Alright. I like that that sound is like, you know... It sounds like an operating system, like you just plugged a fucking USB in. I do wish there were like maybe a run button or something. Okay. Tax inspector. Okay, notice. Alright, don't know what that's doing. Okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to trade. I don't know, that wasn't all that helpful, really. I mean, you know. Bling ding. It's doing that thing where it keeps unplugging and plugging in my USB again. The frustrating thing about Factor 5 going away is there is there's a pretty much completed Rebel fucking, you know, Star Wars game, like, you know, one of the fucking, I can't remember the name of the series, fucking Rebel Assault, whatever the fuck. Made for the Wii. And if you make me Patreon rich, I'm going to lead a team in to extract it, because they won't fucking leak it. And look, you know, fair play, Disney will have them killed. Or Nintendo. I mean, really, you could make a movie out of that. Like, you leak the fucking, you know, Wii Star Wars game, and Disney and Nintendo send out their assassins to get you, and then the assassins wind up having to fight themselves because they can't, they can't fail. Otherwise, Disney and Nintendo will make them kill themselves. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm gonna keep that. Ooh, the computer edition of Monopoly. Rogue Squadron. That's it. Yeah. So there's an almost finished Rogue Squadron for the Wii, and I think it has something to do with the fucking license, so that it just never got released. And God fucking damn it. But it's interesting reading about like the Rogue Squadron games because getting them to run on like Dolphin is an uphill. Well, I mean the first one's not so bad. The second one on the fucking GameCube is a challenge to fucking get going. It's generally the acid test for any kind of emulation, hardware that you're using. Like, can my emulation PC run fucking, whatever the fuck. The Rogue Squadron, the second Rogue Squadron. The one that had the little on-foot missions. They weren't very good, but like, the sucks asses. Alright, I'll be back in a second, I gotta pee. Piss song, roly-poly, piss song. Choose your graphics. Parker Brothers. Has anyone ever seen these Parker Brothers? I'll play this by myself and somehow Amber will still lose. No, Mr. Monopoly Man. 1. I'm playing by myself. I'm not allowed to play by myself. There is no computer player. Aww. Leisure. Yeah, there is. Well, it's the L as well. There's a. It has that faintly saucy mouth feel. So yeah, Like labia and lewd. There's a faint naughtiness. I don't need a shitty fucking Monopoly. I don't want any Monopoly PC. Let alone by some supposed, some self-described leisure genius. And it's also because leisure is like, you know, a kind of archaic phrase these days. Like, people, you know, word. People don't really use leisure that much. It's like, cause it's just luck. Like it technically can't fucking be real. Like, you know, like it can't be. But I have just seen so much bad RNG. That is horrifying. This is a classic. When I was a kid, that little bit of fucking nipple, you know, that'd have been enough. You'd have been like, ooh, titty. Warning, Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards contains some elements of plot which may not be considered appropriate for some children. Oh, look, fuck you. For a fat girl, you sure don't sweat much. Okay, it's gotta be B. I think B again. Maybe. Oh, there we go, look at that. Oh, all of these baseball teams. No, wait. I don't think the Seahawks are baseball. They're like some other sport. Hey, look at that. It wasn't Ford because he went in after fucking. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Alright, so, and then, you know, you're just like, you're this guy. Look at him. It wasn't Johnson, it was... Stop saying Johnson. It was Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford wasn't elected because he came in after Nixon got fucking thrown out. Neither am I, but I still know that. God, I gotta remember this fucking now. I think you gotta go around the back because there's some fucking reason. Okay. Trash bin. Oh, I can climb bin. Oh, look at that. Well, he resigned because he was, you know, guilty of a lot of things. I mean, like, you know, it's novel and it's cute. That's the first one. Yeah, look at that. For adults. Al Lowe is a musician and former school teacher. We hired Al to keep him away from the impressionable youth of America. Mark Crow is an impressionable American youth who got the idea for his graphics from a dirty old man and former school teacher. I feel like they lean into the fucking, you know, 3D component too much. This will be the VGA version, won't it? Yeah. The VGA versions are generally a little better because they've, you know, some of them have speech. There's, yeah, I generally regard the only good Larry games to be up to, like, 7. Like, the original point and clicks are good. Sierra? Or Sierra? Oh, piss off. Alright, well, I don't want the EGA version. That can fucking toss my goddamn salad. There we go. The thing about, like, you know, the Man Show and stuff is, like, everything the Man Show did is just on the internet now, you know? Like, if I want to find any, you know, just different part, there's like a bajillion Man Shows. They're just, like, on YouTube or podcasts or something. Man Show wasn't even that good. Some of the stuff done by Man Show adjacent people was really funny, though. Like, there's a little ever-discussed Comedy Central show called Gerhard Ranke's Wanderlust by one of the Man Show writers, and that was fucking hilarious. He played this, like, clueless German backpacker just doing a travel show, and he was doing a travel show. Like, he'd go to these places, and he'd just, you know, it was kind of like the Borat thing, where he'd play this character and just be weird at people, and fuck me, some of it was funny. Good actress. I mean, a talk show hostess. I have no idea what the fuck that is. I'm gonna guess Reagan. Lower. An astronaut with body packed for joke, a form of pie, all of the above. I don't think there's even a way to get these wrong. Huh. I'll toss my salad. How the fuck is that still there? Try that one. There we go. And as you'll notice, oh yeah, I don't think taxes should be eliminated. That's one of those thoughts morons have who don't understand how anything in the fucking world of society works. But tragically, I am capable of speaking moron. Oh. Got my hammer. I mean, yeah, this one does have the fly and, like, the fucking tongue, which does crack me up. Fall apart when you ask about fucking anything. The stupidest humans on the face of the fucking earth. Every time they try something, it collapses within seconds. Oh yeah, this one's got sound effects and stuff. They also did, like, I vaguely remember there being, like, one on, I think Good Old Games or something. I might have it, actually. I can't remember. There's one, like, more recent one. Legendary Reloaded, I think that's it. Oh yeah, the bears in Alright. Damn straight fantastic. It's people with malfunctioning social skills. Like, they can't, and who are just dumb. They can't, like, process information in a meaningful way. And so anyone telling them to do anything is just a mean mum telling them to, like, eat their vegetables, and they throw a stupid tantrum because they're half-wits. Construction, not cooking. Chiffonade. Ah. Finally got one wrong. I'm old. Zionist, not a fucking Scientologist. Well, the persecution complex and paranoia come from
Laugher. You've arrived in beautiful lost wages without luck. You exit a feeling not after your cab ride. You may be and there's a fence. In fact,
and so there's this one, which isn't awful. You know, like, unlike a lot of them, it actually sort of, you know, it actually does try.
You rummage around in the dumpster, but you don't see anything
That's good shrimp.
You rummage around.
Alright, look, how do I get into the thing?
The hinges on the dumpster. You rummage around.
That's good shrimp.
Enough of that. But, so, that's, I think, the most recent Leisure Suit Larry, if memory serves. There were, like, I mean, there were some mistakes. I'm even talking about the PS3 one. I think there's one on the Wii. This is the one I've played the least. I barely remember looking for love in all the wrong places. God, look at him. You know what he looks like? He's probably too old to do it now, but like the guy who played like, you know, he's in the South Park guy movies. Like he played Squeak in Basketball. Like that's what I see there. He played Chota Boy in like Orgasmo. I don't think he could play him now, but like if we were to ever get a live action Leisure Suit Larry. Na, na, Yeah, that's right. Diane Bashar. It's such a weird name. Look, the graphics are improved. I'm in your house, tampering with your things. It's weird because it feels like it's Mouse, but it's funny because he also looks more like a regular guy here, you know? There's like young Phil Collins quality to him. Okay. Alright, let's just walk into the road and see if I can die again. Huh. I'll be goddamn, look at that. Leisure Suit Larry 2, baby. We can walk on the road. Alright. That's funny. I think Paul Giamatti could play him. Age is irrelevant with Paul Giamatti. That man's a miracle. Like, you gotta remember, most movies kind of really make him up to be as schlubby as possible. Like, I reckon that you tone him down, you dye his hair. I mean, like, he'd be a slightly older one. Let us Suit Larry 3. You see what I mean, though? Like, he does look like a little bitch. Yeah, but I mean, you are a piece of shit. I am not a piece of shit. Yeah, Paul's charismatic, but he's also a good actor. And also, like, Larry has a kind of pathetic charisma. Like, he's fundamentally not a bad guy. He's more sad. Blast my sound. Press Control-Alt-X. Okay. See, look at that. See, it tells me I can fucking just skip that shit. Ah, Paul Giamatti's fantastic. I fucking love him. Go watch Shoot 'Em Up if you haven't. He gets to be the villain in that, and he's so fucking good. Did we play this with Crowshaw? I don't fucking remember that. Oh wait, no, I recognize that beach now. Non-tune it. Okay. Five is dirty. Got a bit of a gut. From here on the lovely Vista Point, high up on the slopes of non-tuned volcano. Fuck! There we go. Now we're talking. Tog Mong, it's mind-boggling to me that you remember any of that in any detail. My God, look at him. And now I can just shout phone tits, and it shows me tits. It's just different, you know? I'm just kind of, yeah, and there's no Leisure Suit Larry 4. That's always the funniest little detail to me. Leisure Suit Larry 5 is the one I remember playing the most. The 5s generally, depending on like how late the series was developed, the 5s were generally when like Sierra was hitting stride. For some it was 3, if they were kind of one of their later games. It was the fucking Holy Grail. You didn't just get to see tits. You know, you couldn't see, you just get to go boobs. It's why it cracks me up, you know, you'll see these fucking like cam girls like, here's a trailer and it's 10 minutes long and it's like a 10-minute long video, you fool. I still remember the first fucking video that I downloaded and it took fucking forever. It took fucking forever for what I can only describe as a glorified GIF. Phone. Boobs. One thing that bothers me is that there is just zero inflationary pressure on, like, beauty. Like, just none whatsoever. And that kind of, that just bothers the shit out of me. You know, people still treat this shit like it's a miracle every fucking time. And it's like, there's a lot out there, you know. Especially, like, they're not going to talk to you, you know. Bird in the hand. Maybe approach it that way. Shit, I knew it was a pun on something, but I didn't get the none tonight. I was thinking like noon, maybe poon, something in that department. God, playing this on EGA, that's sad. People play this on EGA. So the idea is that like Leisure Suit Larry 4, the floppy disks for it got stolen, and so Leisure Suit Larry 5 is, you know, searching for that. Yeah, like imagine having to get forest porn. That was the classic. Which I mean, you don't even want to think about that. Hey, we found forest porn. Yeah, like imagine having like if you wanted to see some fucking naked ladies having to go to the movies, you know? And not like the regular movies either, but like the creepy movies. And, like try to buy pornography. Used to have to call the internet on the phone, and then it would take like fucking 30 minutes to describe a boob to you. So yeah, see, we didn't have any of that. We didn't have like the scrambled porn channels. You know, the other was like SBS. That was all reliable SBS. You know, on Saturday nights, SBS would have like cult movies, which included, like, you know, things like Erotic Ghost Story, which were as good as it got when we were fucking young. But yeah, so there are, like, villainous executives and stuff, and... Actually, where is that? Let's just skip this. Let's get to some game. He's got that weird fucking walk that he's got. This one has some fuck yous in it. Like, this is the one that has, like, the fucking... There's a fucking... a thing in a limo that you just have to get, and it's, like, only once. You need that as well. Why? Don't tell me what to do. I feel like there's something else I gotta do in here. Oh no, this isn't the tape room, that's right. You gotta like degauss the tapes, which is... I think at some point the guys start yelling about coffee. Now, 6 and 7 are where things start getting a little bit better, particularly 7. 7 was one of the few games made in that really, really beautiful fucking, almost like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon quality. You know, the Third Monkey Island. Not enough games were made in that fucking thing. Like, the Third Monkey Island, whatever the fuck, the motorcycle one, fucking Full Throttle. Legacy Larry 7. There's probably a few more floating around. And that one in France where you fucking deal with a clown, Broken Sword. You know, those were always really fucking, because it was ones where like you could see, you know, they weren't pixely. You know, it really was starting to look like a fucking cartoon. You know. Illegal Command, Sierra. I don't know how that's illegal, but okay. Check CD. Where are we? Seven's good. Like, 7's a legitimately good, you know, point-and-click adventure game. I mean, if you don't like Legacy Larry or point-and-click adventure games, you won't like it, but it is, like, again, the art... The kind of, like, little pixely guy art style, particularly by, like, when up around the 5s and 6s when they were getting, like, you know, super VGA, they were good. But, like, you know, like, to me, the peak of those is still, like, you know, Full Throttle and, oh, God, I remember seeing, like, they play the demo of Full Throttle over and over and over again, and the fucking seeing pictures and shit of like Monkey Island 3, and just looking at that and just going, it's a fucking cartoon, you know. Except you can interact with it, and it's not like one of those stupid FMV games. Like it's fucking, you know. Running a bit quick, but still.
The woman behind the front desk is a real knockout. Although you can only see down to her waist, what you see is what you like.
Good day, miss. My name is Larry.
Larry
Laffer. I'm here as a guest of Stallions, that famous television show.
Day of the Tentacle, yeah, fuck it.
How do you do, sir? I'm Gammy Boyzule, Head of Human Services and Customer Relations here at La Costalada. My job is to make sure your visit here is...
La Costalada. The games are filled with those jokes. If memory serves, this is the one where, like, if you ever use the toilet, you have to wipe your ass, and if you forget, you lose. Like, this is another one of those ones where, like, the graphics were good enough that you could almost masturbate to the women. I mean, Day of the Tentacle still has a little bit of that pixely quality, but I think it's also deliberate. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what fucking bullshit I gotta click on here. Let's just try, let's just try autoplay. Toss my salad. What do you mean it can't be fucking? All right, let's fucking. Yeah. Probably have to. Okay, that's all fucking Windows shit. So let's see. Sure. Ooh, 93 megabytes. Look out. It's going to use 93 megabytes of my storage. Alright, now fucking... What was it? There we go.
Oh, baby. Oh, yes. There. Oh, no, there. Oh, baby. You are the greatest. This has got to be the best night of my life.
I need more, Larry. More. And something new. Here, slip into these.
God, Shamra, is there anything we haven't done?
There's lots I haven't done, Laugher. That's why I'm leaving you.
Leaving? Now?
A night with you gives a woman plenty of time to think. All that New Age philosophy crap just isn't me. What I really love is money.
You can't leave me here like
Like,
this.
I feel like even by these
You're
ones, you
right.
probably didn't even get nipple,
long,
just because, like,
sucker.
it would... Now it's crossing over into
Hey,
porno
oh,
territory.
Baby, you are the lowest. I should never say that.
Alright, I haven't got inventory.
In handcuffs.
You in the penthouse.
Me?
Yes, you. The person who spent the night with Shamra. Leave now.
La
We
Costa
think
La-
there may be a fire somewhere.
It's called fire.
Urinate on the fire.
Good thing.
Something to do with the cuffs. I can't remember.
The lower parts of the headboard are filled with small dents. But that's not your problem right now.
My comb-over could use a little thickening.
There's nothing more on that tape.
It's a good thing Shamra used those vice grips last night. I can just...
Yeah, Larry's too self-aware. He's not a grifter. You know...
Those to get. There's no way your vice grips are.
I can't remember how to do this.
Oh yeah? Open this.
Hey, how dare you talk to me that way? I mean, there's no anger to Larry, is the important detail. Especially not, like, you know, hostility to the outside world. Victorian principles. Do me more. Yeah, I was getting them mixed up. I thought I played this one more than 6, but I played 6 more than this one. Ah, shit. Alright, well, fucking lemmings will be a tomorrow problem. We've had enough horny stimulation for the day. You're all worked up. You've seen far too much pixelated nipple. I don't trust you. It's externalization of the anger that just sort of bothers me. It's like... The narrator in Larry 7 was the Codex voice in Mass Effect 2. I feel like there's an interesting mod in that. You know? Maybe swap them around a little bit. Unless they put a lot of filter or something over me. I barely played any of the Mass Effects. It's so funny that if you think about it for a second, like if you explain to a teenager today about, oh, we had to go into the forest to find porn, they're gonna think you were joking. They're gonna, that's, oh, like, you know, some kind of magical hobbit quest to fucking go. And like, no, that was a real thing. You'd find just porn in the forest. I do love animals that are hugely aggressive in spite of being useless, you know? It's like, I remember seeing a fucking video of a pug just darting at a black bear. And like, alright, it's a black bear, but like still, it's a pug, and that's a bear. And that's not a fight the pug is ever going to win. That's a fight I don't think the bear would even notice. But the thing is, there's just that startle moment. And it's this beautiful element of just fucking, you know, life. Where if something is coming at you fucking insane enough, there's a bit where your brain just goes, get away from that. And it doesn't, the brain is doing that. It's not telling you. You're not finding out about get away from that until you're away from that. He also voiced the baby in Son of the Mask. That's sad. It still bothers me the Mask never got a proper sequel, you know? Like, I really... It should have. It could have. It could have had a proper sequel. I mean, they made Dumb and Dumberer, but that wasn't very good, which was a shame. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? It can't all be like X-Men 97, you know? It can't all be like just fucking shit coming in and, you know, making... It's just, it's enough because, like, it's that thing of, like, it's coming at you. You know, even if you're a bear and it's a pug is useless. You know, someone throwing a roll at me is more threatening than a pug coming at me. And like, it's just the, okay, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it is going to fuck you up. There's just the animal part of the brain just goes, just remove yourself from the situation and reassess. And so it's always funny to see that kind of take place, you know, where like, it's just, you know, you'll just see like a black bear fucking scrambling to get out of a yard while this absolutely useless beige nugget just, you know, like a throw pillow, like one of those round ones, you know, is just hurtling at it. And what's it going to do? Like, you know, its face isn't right, it can't breathe properly. It's the externalization of the anger that really annoys me. It's like, you know, yeah, I had like crippling depression from when I was 10, you know? So like, the idea is like, well, yeah, nobody, you know, women don't want to be with me because I'm garbage. And this is logical coherence. It's like, I don't get why you're angry. People don't want to fuck someone who's an unfuckable retard. Like, yeah, you're a piece of shit. Why would anyone want to be near you? The funniest part is, you know, and I always think about this, is like fucking, you know, Elliot Rodger was a good-looking kid. You know, like, oh, fuck man. Like, I think kids like him at, like, fucking, you know, clubs and shit, just picking up like crazy. And that just goes to show you that, like, personality does matter. Like, oh, shit, personality matters. It's like, imagine looking like him and still being, like, just negative laid. And it's like, yeah, there's a... you suck at, like, a cellular level. I'm really fascinated by this guy's fucking voice acting career now. Which one was Volgan? Yeah, it's total lack of social skills. You know, the anger, it cycles once it turns itself inward. You know. Yeah, like again, I can't stress, you know, like, you know, I did door and fucking, you know, door work at scene clubs and shit, you know, places where the actual 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds would go, you know. Now, there are some ugly motherfuckers, but, like, not him, you know. Fucking Christ on a fucking cross. I'd have given anything to fucking, you know, look like him when I was a fucking teenager. I mean, you take those looks and my sense of humor, and then you got a shot. You know, then you're somewhere. Man. It's just, you know, it's easier to be angry than it is to be sad, and I mean, it's embarrassing. Anger is a waste of energy. Too many people like it. Too many people. They're all over the place like fucking like anger. Like it's a motivator, and it's not. It doesn't motivate. It doesn't build energy. It focuses energy, but it steals that energy. The anger uses it itself. No one's ever said, and then I lost my temper and made a really good life choice. You know? Like, yeah, anger demands action, but it doesn't care what action it gets. You know, anger flips tables. Anger trashes your own space. Like, this is pointless. What does it do? Yeah, like, it was probably one of those dudes that just, like, pulled up in front of a woman and was like, hey, suck my dick, and then was just confused as to why that didn't happen. When for 5 seconds you just, like, drove around in the car, just act like a normal person who has a hobby or something. You know, an interest. And, you know, one of them might have sucked your dick. That's all you gotta do. Just... Autistic hyper-focus on getting laid. It's like, yeah, people don't want to be near that guy. You know? Nobody wants to be that person. Yeah. I mean, again, have a fucking hobby. Have an interest. Try and develop some approximation of a fucking personality. Jesus Christ, man. Just, you know, it's one thing to be broken. It's another to make that everybody else's problem. Don't do that. Alright, where are we at? What day is it? Tuesday. Alright. Ever Wilder. Gotta get a makeup recording session or something with Amber going at some point. Missed Sunday. Played some Pizza Tower. It's in the subscriber section in the whatever that thing's called, Discord. Feel free to watch that if you like seeing somebody who has been on basically a Ren and Stimpy tolerance break take like a fentanyl quantity of Ren and Stimpy. Let's see, what is it? Discord, subscriber Saturday. It is a bit too active. It's hat on a hat. Again, it's that thing I talk about a lot, where it's surprise has to come from variation. You know, it doesn't matter what the pattern is. There has to be variation. It's why Leslie Nielsen being incredibly normal is the funniest thing in fucking Airplane. You know, when all around you is madness, you act normal, and that becomes funny. When all around you is normal, you act mad, and that becomes funny. Madness and normality are neither, you know, not inherently funny either way. Yeah, number go up, do that. And I'll liberate the lost Wii fucking Star Wars game. That's what I'll do. I'll liberate it. I mean, this is what I do. Like, if I had, like, you know, there's shit I would do if I had J.K. Rowling money. Like, if I just had that $1 billion pipe just fucking pointed at my house, be like, ah, alright. Time to use some of this billionaire immunity for fun. I'm assembling a team. We're going to break into the. I watched a documentary thing on it, and I can't remember his name, but apparently he's got it on a server at his house. It's like, because he won't expect it. No one's gonna. No one. Why would he? You know, it's not like a fucking some kind of Bitcoin vault of like, you know, $100 million. I don't give a shit about that. I want the fucking last goddamn, you know, Rogue Squadron game. Oh, I'd be on Twitter all the time, but like I'd still do other shit. You know, I'd be on Twitter in the middle, like while I'm being driven between places. You know, I'd be telling people like, yeah, all right, like, you know, got something cooking, and then people would be like, oh, I wonder what that's about. And then like just the fucking, you know, it'd be like someone would be like, oh, someone leaked the fucking, you know, Factor 5 fucking last Rogue Squadron game. I'd be like, oh, that's good. I've been looking forward to seeing that. I'm glad someone finally got around to doing it. You know. Some fucking handsome devil-may-care maniac who has a cellular love of the arts. And then, you know, I would record all of it in a big pile of evidence, but then I'd reveal that, like, you know, when I'm dying, you know, when I'm starting to fade, it'd be like, ah, it was me. It was me all along. Hell yeah, I broke into your house and stole that fucking game. Suck my dick. Fuck you. You ain't gonna complain? Eat shit. Don't make a cool game and then hide it in your room. You know? Don't be a tool. I'd probably kill other billionaires too. I'd just take a general Highlander-ish approach to that. Because, like, they all try to compete with, like, I don't know, money or some shit. And I'm like, let's just get retro with this. You're in my way. You're not even in my way. I just don't like you. I just don't respect you. I think you're wasting what you've got. I think you're pointless. I find your entire existence aesthetically offensive. I'm going to put you into a Zorb that I'm going to load into my giant pinball machine. And I'm going to keep you in there until just what comes out is slurry. Caesar was boring. He just wanted to conquer shit. Conquering is just not my style. I just find that very dull. You know, it's kind of that thing you realize when you start being bigger than other people. It's just like, I could just squeeze you until you listen to me. But there's just like, you know, any idiot can do that. Any big idiot can just be in charge of a room. It's boring. You know? I want people to want to follow me. That's more interesting. And not just through, like, you know, the cult shit. Because that's just, again, that's just picking people up and squeezing them of the mind. There's no art to that either. That's just bullying people who are, like, you know, emotionally more fragile than you. It has to be genuine. It has to be honest. It has to be true. I mean, honestly, I think some of the... I have vaguely seen some things about trying to measure, you know, ancient wealth in modern contexts, but it's sort of hard. Because little of it is what we'd call liquid. And, like, the value of, like, you know... cementing the real ownership of land can be tricky, you know. Some people will argue, well, it wasn't, you know, Caesar's precisely. It was, you know, belonged to the empire. And even though there was an emperor, that didn't mean you weren't going to get killed and replaced. Like, that could happen. Yeah, but, like, Andy Kaufman with billions of dollars and a slightly better grasp on reality. You know, Kaufman missed a a certain pragmatism, which you do need. You know. You gotta be firm, you gotta be hard when something requires hard, and soft when something requires soft. Hardest human in the world still can't run through a brick wall, you know? You need the capacity to yield when something, you know, you gotta know when something bigger is coming. Sometimes what's running at you is a fucking, you know, pug, and you can just boot the fucker. And sometimes what's running at you is a bear, and you should probably go inside. Alright, well, I'll call that there for today. Go watch the fucking things on the subscriber things if you haven't. Try and conjure up a game to do after I beat fucking Taro Pizza. Remember, personality does count. You should still put some effort into yourself, but personality does count. Tyler Durden was the villain, and watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.